Pentagon Chief Lloyd Austin is currently in India for a 3-day visit, and in the latest coming in, the bilateral meeting between Lloyd Austin and his Indian counterpart, Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, has concluded. Discussions between the top leaders were focused on robust defence cooperation and expanding military-to-military engagements. Both nations committed to further consolidate what Lloyd called their robust defence partnership.
Our discussions today focused on our wide-ranging defence cooperation and expanding military-to-military engagement across services, information sharing, cooperation in emerging sectors of defence, and mutual logistics support. We reviewed the wide gamut of bilateral and multilateral exercises and agreed to pursue enhanced cooperation with the US Indo-Pacific Command, Central Command, and Africa Command.
U.S. Defense Secretary Austin's visit is part of Biden administration's efforts to forge an alliance of countries seeking to push back against China's assertiveness in the region. Let's listen in.
We discussed opportunities to elevate the U.S.-India major defense partnership, which is a priority of the Biden-Harris administration. And we'll do that through regional security cooperation and military-to-military interactions and defense trade. And at the top of my agenda, I wanted to convey the Biden-Harris administration's message of our strong commitment to our allies and partners. India, in particular, is an increasingly important partner among today's rapidly shifting international dynamics. And I reaffirmed our commitment to a comprehensive and forward-looking defense partnership with India as a central pillar of our approach to the region.
The visit comes as the Biden administration planned to step up bilateral engagement between the two countries. Before the meeting, U.S. Defense Secretary visited the National War Memorial. He was then accorded the Guard of Honor at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. Earlier, the Pentagon chief met with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Indian Prime Minister outlined his vision for the strategic partnership between the countries and also emphasized on the important role of bilateral defense cooperation between India and the United States. The two leaders also discussed the need for peace in the Indo-Pacific. He also met with India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. This is Secretary Austin's first visit to the country, and in a bid to boost Biden administration's push on the region, the meeting is important as this is the first time that a U.S. Defense Secretary is traveling to India on his maiden overseas trip. It's also the Biden administration's Indian debut. Austin's arrival in New Delhi coincides with another crucial meeting, that is between top officials of the Biden administration and President Xi Jinping's China in Alaska. The trip also comes on the heels of a historic Quad meet between the leaders of India, United States, Japan and Australia. And we earlier spoke to our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibal for more on this. Listen in.
One of the key moments of this 3-day visit of the U.S. Defense Secretary Austin to India was the press statement which was made by both the Indian Defense Minister and the U.S. Defense Secretary Austin. And largely, this was something about a celebration of this relationship, which is being much talked about, and this relationship, which is the key centerpiece of the Indo-Pacific vision, something that is crucial to a region which has seen a lot of aggressive actions by the Chinese. But by and large, this visit is about the optics of closer ties between Washington and New Delhi. In fact, this is the first high-level visit of a high-level secretary from the Biden administration, coming in the backdrop of the Quad leadership meeting that happened earlier this month. In fact, Quad was something which was mentioned by both the Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and the Indian and the American Defence Secretary Austin, and they talked about the role Quad can play in the region. But by and large, we know that there will be more things in the offing as the year progresses, including perhaps a visit by the US Secretary of State to New Delhi. With video journalist Neeraj, Siddhant Sibal for WION in New Delhi.